Hello, I'm Madison Massey, and I'm a recent graduate of the University of Regina, and I'm applying for a future teaching position within your faculty because I feel I would make a great candidate. A little bit about myself is that I have been working with kids for many years in a daycare setting and a teaching setting. I have worked with kids of all ages from 18 months to 12 years old, so my experience can be considered an asset for your team. I'm also a very outgoing person and consider myself a very big team player, which I think is another great asset. Within this video, I'm going to explain numerous reasons as to why I would be a perfect candidate for this position. To begin, I would like to discuss and share my beliefs on how strength-based approaches will benefit the students within my classroom. I personally believe that involving strength-based approaches within the classroom can help students be more invested in their learning and more engaged in the classroom. I feel strength-based approaches not only help students and teachers, but can also benefit the parents as well. Incorporating parents and guardians in children's performance discussions during school can benefit all because everyone has provided the feedback they deserve. Everyone is able to track the student's progress, which can also help the students stay on track if they have difficulties. This is one strength-based approach I would like to incorporate into my classroom and believe is beneficial for students, teachers, and parents. Another approach I think benefits my students is keeping notes and building portfolios for each individual student, because when time comes to discuss their progress with different faculty, their parents, their guardians, or even just the student themselves, having different evidence and notes to discuss can really pinpoint where strengths and weaknesses are in that specific child. And it's also good to have the students be able to look at their what they've done and reflect on their own personal work. Overall, these are just a few of the strength-based approaches I feel are beneficial and I would like to have within my classroom. There are many more, but those are just the few main ones that I like. Now, I would like to discuss different strategies I will use as a teacher to create a welcoming, inclusive classroom for all my students to enjoy throughout the school year. First off, at the beginning of the school year, sitting down with all my students, as well as sending an email to the parents and outlining different rules and expectations of the classroom, I feel is important so all students and parents are on the same page. Another way I will create a welcoming, inclusive classroom is by utilizing daily check-ins and family communication within my classroom and encourage conversations among my students. Finally, as a teacher, my goal is to take the curriculum and examine it in a critical sense where all my students are receiving an inclusive education. These different strategies are just a few of the many ways I plan to make my classroom a safe, welcoming environment for my students. I will build relationships with my students in a variety of ways, from daily check-ins to making sure to understand each child and their specific individual needs. I feel checking in on the students' mental health or wellness is beneficial in building a strong relationship with my students. Mental health is a huge aspect of health education, and I think it's important for my students to know their teacher is supportive and there for them when things get difficult mentally and or physically regarding school load. I plan to be a supportive teacher to all my students who are able to connect and who is able to connect with them in different aspects. I hope to gain respect from my students, parents, and guardians as well. I believe showing students I have relationships with them not only them but their guardians as well is important. Overall, I would like to show my students that I don't only care about their educational success but their mental success as well. I would like to explain two inspirations that have influenced me as a professional. The first person I would like to share is my grade 6 teacher. Her name is Miss Ball. Miss Ball was one of the best teachers I ever had, actually. She taught me so many important life lessons as well as impacted my decision to become a teacher immensely. She taught me that being a gentle, kind, supportive teacher with a stern love for learning is the exact type of teacher I'm grown to be. Overall, Miss Ball showed me that teaching isn't just a job. The second person, who also was my high school principal, Mr. Fuchs, he was very important to me. His approach to teaching and his learning pedagogy influenced me as a teacher and how I want my classroom to look like. Both of these individuals I just talked about taught me professionalism and influenced me to be the version of teacher I've always wanted to become. I would like to end off this video with a few strengths I bring to this job. I would say I'm a very hard worker. When given a task, I give it my all until it's done. I'm extracurricular involved, whether that be recess supervision or coaching. I would gladly step up to the challenge. I've played numerous sports my entire life, so I'd be glad to coach the kids. I'm collaborative. I enjoy colleagues and using their insights to help me with my job. Empathetic, patient, and engaging and exciting are a few words I would also like to describe myself with, and they are a few of my strengths within the teaching field. Finally, I would like to add that one of my strengths is my passion for teaching, and I believe it is reflected in each lesson that is taught by me. I love being here. Being a teacher is my favorite part of life, so it's awesome. I think my passion really is driven in all of my lessons that are taught. But overall, thank you for listening to this video, and I hope you consider me for the position. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.